Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, June 20th, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 553 headlines from 106 feeds we checked to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Transgender dad, I used to have to celebrate Father's Day in secret. Nearly 100 homes, mostly duplexes, are proposed for this site in Garden City. COVID, Brazil hits 500,000 deaths amid critical situation. The future of drone warfare. Troubled U.S. teens left traumatized by tough love camps. An American student and former Marine was found dead in Russia days after texting her mom, "I hope I'm not being abducted." More than 350 Indonesian healthcare workers vaccinated with China's Sinovac vaccine got COVID-19 and dozens are hospitalized, raising questions about the vaccine's efficacy on variants. She went on a PR tour for her sick, adopted African child. Was it all a lie? Senator Ron Johnson, who stalled the passing of Juneteenth as a federal holiday, was booed at an event commemorating the day. After supermarket shooting, Colorado is letting cities pass their own gun laws, and Boulder plans to enforce its assault weapons ban. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Tropical system brings soggy conditions, flood threat across upstate for Father's Day, why for Greenville? It has been 500 days since the first known U.S. death from COVID-19. Variants and low vaccination rates threaten to prolong the pandemic, CNN. CBS Studios employee hospitalized after huge set wall falls on him, TMZ. NBA Playoffs 2021, by the tip of Kevin Durant's shoe, the Milwaukee Bucks are finally halfway to their goal, ESPN. Kevin Durant forces OT in Game 7, and Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, other NBA stars react to last-second shot, CBS Sports. Update, 1 dead, 5 wounded in Saturday evening shooting at Oakland's Lake Merritt, CBS San Francisco. Florida Rep. Wasserman Schultz nearly struck in Pride Parade crash that kills at least one, reports, Fox News. Sort rape convictions are go, Labor tells Buck plans, BBC News. Senator Rand Paul, in all likelihood COVID escaped from a Wuhan lab, Fox News. As Brazil tops 500,000 COVID-19 deaths, protesters blame President, NPR. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Mike Pence privately praised official who unloaded on Trump on Charlottesville, book. Alexander Vindman's wife takes down Marco Rubio over idiotic Biden dig. Report reveals wild history of woman leading firms pushing Idelegate election conspiracy. Some GOP states give police more power amid calls for defunding and accountability. 1 killed after driver crashes into Pride Parade in South Florida. Driver rams cyclists during Arizona race, critically injuring several. Mother pig rescued after fleeing farm, giving birth in woods. Judge blocks CDC from enforcing cruise ship coronavirus rules. People hilariously empathize with the intern after HBO Max email snafu. Tropical storm Claudette bears down on Gulf Coast with heavy rain. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Trailer W family heirloom stolen from driveway. Driver crashes car into electrical box after chase. Deputy seriously injured in crash in squad car. Retired teacher donates 200th pint of blood. Police officer dies after 5-week COVID-19 battle. Human trafficking uncovered in strip club raid. Gun shops, customers support constitutional carry. Body-like object prank prompts investigation. Daughter donates organ to father battling stage 4 kidney failure. Ex-officer accused of giving beer to minor. The next headlines are from the 5th most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. In the new Hong Kong, booksellers walk a fine line. I quit my job as a signal of economic recovery. COVID lab leak theory renews gain-of-function research debate. Homes that sold for around $450,000. How David Ellison builds guidance into Hollywood's smart bed. Man at Florida Pride Parade is struck and killed by driver. Milwaukee Bucks beat Nets in Game 7 overtime. Alan Majette, an heirs at Sandy Warhol, dies at 82. Why India is dealing with a deadly black fungus epidemic. Iran's system keeps its grip, despite the chaos, or because of it. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Utah veteran, a Purple Heart recipient, fulfills skydiving dream on 90th birthday. NASCAR Rally 400, win $1,000 for free with Fox Super 6. Pennsylvania City seeing suspicious wave of dog deaths, reports. Oregon manhunt underway for suspect in Friday killing spree. O.J. Simpson fighting court claims that he owes $60 in civil case judgments. North Carolina search ends for missing tubers, authorities say. Wichita police officer in critical condition after being shot multiple times, suspected. Oakland shooting near Juneteenth celebration leaves 1 dead, several hurt. Florida Rep. Wasserman Schultz nearly struck in Pride Parade crash that kills at least 1, reports. Bucks edge Nets in OT in Game 7, withstand Durant's 48. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, June 20th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Victoria Beckham, Holly Willoughby and Rochelle Humes lead the stars celebrating Father's Day. Diary and Hires reveal how Britain wanted to divorce her husband before he murdered her. Snap of Queen with King George VI, Prince Philip and Prince Charles leads Father's Day tributes. Children should not be jabbed against COVID as there is not a perceptible risk, Tory MP claims. Mother appeals against family court ruling saying she must subsidize former partner to see child. Tory MPs blessed wealthy Quaker trust for awarding $50,000 to far-left online activists. Katy Perry wows in a purple swimsuit during beach day with shirtless beau Orlando Bloom in Greece. Houseplants that can actually help to improve your breathing and health. Andy Burnham rages at hypocrite Nicola Sturgeon over travel ban. New York, then and now, vintage pictures of Manhattan matched with images of the modern-day scenes. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Diplomats to meet in Vienna for more Iran nuclear talks. 5 killed in school construction site collapse in Belgium. U.S. sends Taiwan 2.5 million vaccine doses, tripling pledge. Ethiopia's historic election overshadowed by a cascade of crises and conflict. Netanyahu to leave Prime Minister's residence by July 10. Military, 2 militants, soldier killed in Pakistan shootout. What to know about Iran's president-elect, Ebrahim Raisi. Video of police officer kneeling on neck of black 14-year-old boy prompts outrage in Montreal. Death of famed Afghan commander in Taliban massacre highlights the country's struggles and fears. It's my choice, it's my life. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID live, Brazil passes 500,000 deaths. 70% of England's adults should be fully vaccinated by July 19. Trudeau makes global vaccine pledge, but how committed is Canada? We will not stop, pipeline opponents ready for America's biggest environmental fight. Uber and Lyft woo drivers with stable pay, not short-term honeypots. UN blasts world leaders for failing to seal $72 billion a year deal on climate. Marine Le Pen poised to make gains in France's regional elections. We deserve this peace and joy. Black gardeners bloom on TikTok and Instagram. Peru, Fujimori cries electoral fraud and unleashes torrent of racism. Thai society, why men's shorts are getting shorter. Is GB News a threat to democracy? That's the $1 million Ocean Stuart Lee. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Driver rams cyclists in Arizona race, critically injuring 6. Police, man pulled gun at Starbucks over cream cheese. 1 dead after people hit by truck at Gay Pride March. Anti-government activist Bundy issues Idaho campaign videos. VA moves to offer gender confirmation surgery to vets. Slain Dallas girl, 7, stabbed over 30 times, mother arrested. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Iran election, Israel voices grave concern over Ebrahim Raisi. Ethiopia elections, the misinformation circulating online. K-Wave, how fans are supporting their favorite idols. War on terror, are big military deployments over? Antwerp, 5 construction workers killed in school building site collapse. In pictures, 1,000 dreamed to mark World Refugee Day. World's oldest alligator Muja celebrates 85th birthday at Belgrade Zoo. Arizona police shoot driver who crashed into charity bike ride. Iran election, wariness and welcome for Ebrahim Raisi. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Rural Oregon's movement to join Idaho has momentum, but little hope of success. 1 dead, 1 seriously hurt after driver crashes into crowd at Pride Parade in Florida. Juneteenth gatherings around the U.S. commemorate slave emancipation. AP Top Stories June 19th. Larger-than-life George Floyd statues unveiled to mark Juneteenth in U.S. cities. Today in history for June 20th. There was a $500K reward in alleged road rage shooting of Aiden Leos in California. Will it be paid? We don't know the motivation. Driver plows into cyclists during Arizona race, injuring at least 6. High winds, tornadoes and drenching rain reported as Tropical Depression Claudette batters parts of Gulf Coast. California judge orders no bail for man charged with the murder of a 6-year-old boy in a road rage shooting. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. South LA's Lamert Park honors Juneteenth with a bustling festival and a reopened park. Woman killed, man and woman injured in shooting in South Los Angeles neighborhood. After blistering heat wave, June gloom set to return to Southern California. Here's how you can celebrate Juneteenth today in LA County. Many LA cops and firefighters aren't vaccinated against COVID-19. Is this a public safety threat? Scenes from the Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo, the nation's only touring black rodeo. Severe wing fractures in pelicans raise fears of a human culprit. Black joy as a form of resistance, LA's Juneteenth is partying with purpose. LA's COVID-19 death rate falls below that of Bay Area in another sign of widening recovery. Column, hot days, packed beaches, lots of trash. It's Josie to the rescue. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, June 20th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Minor girl gang raped by 4 men for refusing to convert to Islam to marry one of them. More evidence suggests COVID-19 was in US by Christmas 2019. At least 15 die in multiple attacks near US-Mexico border in Reynosa, Mexico. Many of the victims were innocent civilians. France heads to the polls for the first round of regional elections on Sunday that could see Marine Le Pen's far-right party make gains and step further into the political mainstream. The election will see new assemblies elected for mainland France's 13 regions and 96 departments. Philippines destroys illegally imported McLaren 620R, many others. German government agrees to ban Hamas flag after anti-Semitic incidents. John Bercow, former Conservative MP and Speaker of the House of Commons, switched his political allegiance to Labour with withering attack on Boris Johnson. Forces for good will prevail. Taiwan welcomes massive U.S. vaccine aid. Iran's ghost armada of 123 sanction-busting oil tankers is selling black market oil to China to bankroll its nuclear program. Euro 2020, proposal to illuminate Munich Arena in LGBT+ colors for visit of Hungary. Ivory Coast says chocolate traders failing to pay farmers living wage premium. Bolsonaro's rule is worse threat than coronavirus, say Brazilians as nation passes 500,000 deaths. Pentagon pulls missile defense, other systems from Saudi Arabia and other Middle East countries. Doug Ford's government cut education by more than $500 million, new report finds. The next headlines are from Forbes. With the save, Islanders defenseman Ryan Pulock authors an all-time iconic New York sports moment. Kevin Durant enhances his legacy but not his ring total, as Brooklyn Nets fall short of title expectations. Hu Xiao gains 23% on Nasdaq debut, enriching China's JD.com. A musical journey to repair and invest in black communities across America. Why Norway leads in EVs, and a role played by cheap renewable electricity. Kansas City Chiefs, Noah Gray can add intriguing new element to offense. 10 great movies to watch before they disappear from Netflix at the end of June. Brazil is now the second country with 500,000 COVID deaths, and infections aren't slowing down. Billy Gilmore, the Ayrshire Jorginho shows England's midfield what it's missing. They just don't quit. LA Clippers make franchise history by reaching conference finals. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,712,942,631 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Succession's Nicholas Brown, courts Emilia Jones to star in Cat Person, from Studio Canal, Imperative. Richard and Demi White's Rap Quarantune's Zoom series with 5R, for Hanky Farewell. Manchurian Tiger takes top prize at Shanghai Film Festival. Gina Davis, Susan Sarandon and Collie Cowrie recall the life-altering experience of Thelma and Louise at 30th anniversary screening. Backstreet Boys and NSYNC dish on future of Vaccine collab following debut show, and invite Justin Timberlake to join the fun. Fargo reunion, Frances McDormand reveals that Marge Gunderson almost attended an anti-abortion protest. Chaz Ebert amplifies black voices and stories with inaugural Black Writers Week on RogerEbert.com. Edgar Wright picks his 5 favorite Sparks albums, as the Meal Brothers recall 50 years of bold choices. Flea, My Sunny Mud, The Crossing win big at 2021's Hybrid on Sea Animation Festival. France Televisions unveils animated slate at On Sea. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. How many dads does it take to screw in a light bulb? Fathers Day by the numbers. Driver rams cyclists in Arizona race, critically injuring 6. Photos, Americans celebrate Juneteenth after it becomes a national holiday. A Confederate general's remains are being moved out of Memphis. President Biden's dog Champ dies. A U.S. student who went missing in Russia is found dead. Dad draws on Maori roots to raise 3 resilient sons. Step 1, send them on a milk run. Metal fans march at the UK's first full live music festival since the pandemic hit. 1971, the year that gave us Starbucks, Disney World, and a lower voting age. Understanding 2021's rise in gun violence. The following headlines are from the week. Looking beyond the college degree. Is the NBA on the verge of playoff chaos? What Ebrahim Raisi's election means for Iran and the U.S. McCarthy's box clarifies Trump speaker comments. Biden's announced their dog Champ has died. Kevin McCarthy appears to say Trump has told him he wants to be House Speaker. Case for inflation panic has died, Paul Krugman argues. 6 homes for artists. The Biden administration is enabling a Trump comeback. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomers find a blinking star near the center of the Milky Way. Apollo 17 astronauts brought home samples from the oldest impact crater on the moon. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, June 20th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. World Best Dads, Bullfrog protects tadpoles. Northernmost sunset on June solstice. Summer solstice tale of 2 cities. The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. After Biden-Putin, will Russian spies retreat to shadows? Biden-Putin summit gives U.S. allies hope of better Russia ties. Polish politicians hit by large-scale cyber attack, Russia blamed. Driver crashes into Florida Pride Parade, mayor says 1 dead. No cross endorsement, but Garcia-Yang matchup draws fire in New York mayor's race. Biden's older dog, Champ, has died. German Shepherd was 13. Guinea declares end to latest Ebola outbreak. Hardline judiciary head wins Iran presidency amid low turnout. Million-dollar lotteries fail to cut through vaccine apathy. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Finucane back in blue squad as Maroons sweat on Grant. Emergency National Cabinet meeting to discuss vaccine rollout. Green escapes suspension for punch and touching an umpire. Cockroach or policy wonk, will the push to replace Senator Kim Carr succeed? Magnificent stringer leads Dons past Hawks. We'll be back, cleanup continues in Dandenongs as troops deliver generators. Joy circles McCormick as Nationals MPs consider switch. AFL 2021 as it happened, Hawthorn Hawks, Essendon Bombers do battle in Launceston. That's just the way he plays, Drabojevic stars again as Manly raise bat. Industry and environment groups endorse NSW electric car plan. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Where should I retire? I want to retire in a liberal-thinking area on $3,000 a month, including rent. Where should I go? 5 smart ways to shift your investments as the Fed gets ready for a big move. Market snapshot, nice underpinning to the market, buybacks may prop stock market rattled after Fed meeting. Buy this, not that, how to get 4 months of Amazon's ad-free, 75 million song streaming music service free. Where should I retire? We want moderate weather and live within an hour of the mountains and less than 3 hours to the beach. Where should we retire? Outside the box, this is where older Americans find the most happiness. Newswatch, Art's favorite now being higher at the end of 2021 and 125 years of history supports this. Where should I retire? I'm 73 and fed up with California and want a gun-friendly, affordable city with good weather, so where should I retire? Next Avenue, the new cruise ship rulebook, want to know about booking a trip, getting on board, and other changes. Bookwatch, before you move to a new town in retirement, check the local Walmart, and 5 other hard-learned lessons. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Too few women get to invent, that's a problem for women's health. Outlook India. India's vaccine woes could end with compulsory licensing, the federal. Love Tales number 3, Tesla and the Pigeon, Times of India. The Black Automotive Pioneers Who Helped Reshape the Automotive World, Autoblog. The new UK innovation czar will need to drill deep to tackle the country's patent lag, IAM. Astonishing growth in medical intellectual property market which is growing exponentially with the major key players in the market within the forecast period 2020 to 2027, the Monomed Current. The next headlines are from Quartz. Crypto regulation in South Africa, John Kerry in Egypt, stereotypes in images. Racial bias makes white Americans more likely to support wars in non-white foreign countries. African Americans view Senegal as an ancestral homeland and business opportunity. Weekend edition, return of multilateralism, cameo pay gap, happy Juneteenth. The following headlines are from TechDirt. This week in TechDirt history, June 13-19th. Chinese government continues to arrest more journalists over nonsense national security law. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Anderson Silva. Allison Felix. Father's Day 2021. Mackenzie Hughes. UFC Fight Night. Sha'Carri Richardson. Champ Biden. Matthew Wolf. Spain versus Poland. Juneteenth meaning. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Brazilians protest Bolsonaro's rule as country hits 500,000 coronavirus deaths, video. U.S. investors boost cash flows into Russia despite sanctions. Not often you see this, rising UFC youngster O'Neal chokes rival out cold in brutal finish to extend unbeaten record, video. West African Regional Bloc agrees to launch single currency in 2027. Twitter proletariat rise up against Marco Rubio after FL senator claims new Marxism uses identity politics to divide people. By shutting out travelers immunized with Sputnik V, the EU is helping undermine Russia's vaccine drive by feeding domestic doubts. Facebook promises to clarify what it considers satire after being reprimanded for flagging meme as hate speech. More Brits bought crypto than stocks last year, survey finds. 1 killed after truck plows into crowd at Pride Parade in Florida, mayor calls incident terrorist attack against LGBT. Massive George Floyd head sculpture in Brooklyn divides opinion as it's unveiled to mark Juneteenth, photos. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Boebert lasts Biden's buffoonish war on extremism. Next generation of motorsports may involve flying racing car. University of Florida lab finds dangerous pathogens on children's face masks. Coming to stores near you soon, PepsiCo files trademark for Rockstar hard seltzers. Meet the censored, Brett Weinstein. World's third largest diamond unearthed in Botswana. Raining in the Fed. Colorado home-dubbed slice of hell is selling for $590K. Buchanan, who is really killing American democracy? Big Brother, San Jose requires gun purchases to be videotaped. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Minors accuse guards at Libya detention center of sexual assault. Libya, military movements banned after Haftar's border takeover. Juneteenth, marking end of slavery, celebrated across U.S. UN, Sri Lanka ship fire caused significant damage to planet. Several injured after driver rammed cyclists in Arizona race. The man who was not my father. Former UK Parliament Speaker Burkow joins opposition Labour Party. Ethiopians pray for peaceful vote ahead of key election. Polls open in Armenia snap parliamentary election. Taiwan to adjust Hong Kong office operations in one China row. The next headlines are from Breitbart. IRS denies Christian nonprofit tax-exempt status, Bible's teachings affiliated with Republican Party. Maxine Waters, I'm told organizing for January 6th riot took place in the Trump campaign. Video, Ironman athlete inspires teen with Down syndrome to complete mini triathlon. Police, suspect with taser, night sparks chaos in NYC park. Video, NYC psychiatrist who fantasized about shooting whites characterizes them as psychopathic. Bill Maher rips Lin-Manuel Miranda for apologizing to the woke mob, this is why people hate Democrats. Report, Elise Stefanik's far-left challenger registered as a foreign agent for Embassy of Qatar. Catholic Democrats appeal to primacy of conscience in abortion support. Retired grandmother graduates high school, overwhelmed to be valedictorian. Watch, masked shooter opens fire in Mayor de Blasio's gun-controlled NYC. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Man goes on 2,000-mile quest to mine his own diamonds for engagement ring, and finds a 2.2-carat beauty. One-legged woman is a world-class salsa dancer and inspiration to all. Watch. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Charitable giving in the U.S. rose 5.1% last year to a record high of $471 billion in 2020. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, June 20th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. QAnon believers suggest secret message behind announcement of Biden dog champ's death. Logan Paul is confident he can beat Mike Tyson because he's old. Nina Simone's family blame Kamala Harris for taking singer's estate away from them. Bandit responsible for vehicle break-ins is a black bear. Netherlands offers free hiring as COVID jab incentive. Court remands driver for allegedly stealing 41 toilet seats. Foo Fighters to release disco album as the DGs. Terrifying moment, pack of 30 wolves chase actors across a Chinese stage. HBO Max accidentally sent a strange email to its subscribers. Yes, it was the intern. After 123 days handcuffed together to save their on-again, off-again relationship, Ukrainians Alexander Kudlay and Victoria Pustavitova have split up, shedding their bonds on national TV and saying the experiment had brought home uncomfortable truths. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Why Python is not the programming language of the future. For beginners and pros, the pocket guitar is like taking your guitar with you everywhere. This quadcopter drone is sporting a 4K camera and flight stabilization for brilliant aerial video. What Google's AI design chip tells us about the nature of intelligence. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, June 20th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. 9 fires burning across Utah, including 2 new ones. Harriman's Ryan White wins 200-meter backstroke at U.S. Olympic swim trials. Utahns participate in Juneteenth events, feel federal designation a step in the right direction. Utah Jazz try to strike delicate balance between embracing the pain and being forward-looking. Several Jazz players still going for rings, of the Olympic kind. Utah Senate President calls Tribune report on co-diagnostics concerning. 17-year-old Utah boy drowns in Deer Creek Reservoir. David Brooks, the American Renaissance has begun. Nearly 52% of Utahns ages 12 plus fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Bayou's defensive line has talent, but is on the green side, with little game experience. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Twitter accused of deliberately defying Indian government's new social media rules. Firefox begins testing sponsors on some users' default homepage new tab pages. Chinese astronauts reach new space station for 3-month mission. California defies expectations of doom, promises massive tax rebate. Some Texans surprised their smart thermostats are being raised remotely. Will data centers exacerbate our droughts? How a murderer's lies were exposed by his cell phone and a smartwatch. Google funds Linux kernel development in Rust. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella now also elevated to Microsoft's chairman. Peloton patches vulnerability in camera that allowed spying on riders. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Damage in several communities after powerful storms rock St. Louis. Photo gallery, damage from Saturday's severe weather in St. Louis. Dozens of events mark first official Juneteenth holiday in St. Louis. Body pulled from Big River believed to be missing Granite City man. Thousands without power after severe storm. You paid for it, St. Charles County residents anxious over future of I-70 project. St. Louis mayor, 10 other U.S. mayors pledge to pay reparations. St. Louis area marking first Juneteenth as national holiday. Experienced swimmers losing battles with area rivers. O'Fallon, Mo police chief resigns over new Second Amendment protection law. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox. San Diego Padres to welcome back recruits in the stands Sunday. San Diegans celebrate Juneteenth in Logan Heights. Gaslamp Quarter ready to host Father's Day. Driver crashes into crowd at Pride Parade in Florida, 1 dead. DeChambeau within reach of second straight U.S. Open. Border Patrol, beacons will let migrants stranded in remote areas get help. Southwest U.S. states bake, wildfire threatens Arizona towns. Lodged flops, Olympic career likely over after 7th in 200 IM. Man shot, killed by deputies in Encinitas identified. Kim homers, helps lead Padres to 7-5 win over Reds. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Canada's cyberspy agency may have broken privacy law, intelligence watchdog says. Unknown connected, how do you find the owner of a cell phone number? Central Intelligence Agency veterans explain how they used spy tactics to raise their kids. All the Black Widow characters that you need to know before watching the movie. Chinese spy master defects to West to offer secrets about COVID and Wuhan lab. The Rosenbergs were executed for spying in 1953. Can their sons reveal the truth? Review, Invoxia cellular GPS tracker. Industries David Johnson, Lena Dunham thinks British people eat scones every day. What is reality shifting, and does the TikTok trend work? To Catch a Spy exclusive, see Colleen Donnell in newest Hallmark mystery. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, June 20th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. San Francisco parklet destroyed in overnight crash. More than 50,000 customers without power across East Bay. 1 dead, 5 injured in shooting at Lake Merritt. Crews respond to 1 alarm fire in SF's Excelsior District. Report, UC Davis graduate found killed in Russia, suspect arrested. Californians fete Juneteenth with street parades, festivals. Willow fire burns more than 2,000 acres near Big Sur. Buffalo Bills receiver Cole Beasley rather retire than follow NFL COVID rules. Juneteenth celebrated as federal holiday for the first time. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Rest or rhythm, Netherlands coach ponders Euro 2020 options. The latest, China says 1 billion vaccine doses administered. Hardline judiciary head wins Iran presidency in low turnout. Austin FC ties San Jose in first MLS game at Q2 Stadium. Evanston author's book offers tips on how white people can better support blacks. Son of the good kid Lou Boudreau grateful for his life with famous father. This is just a beautiful day, Juneteenth brings smiles, resolve in Aurora. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Washington ranks in top 10 most fun states in the country. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Claude at 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Dolores 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 10 km, in Fiji June 19, 2021, 11:59 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, June 20th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Scattered downpours today, more early next week with rare June front. Claudette, now a depression, could regain storm status near Carolinas. Program helps formerly incarcerated people graduate college. Juneteenth celebrated with a special screening of Summer of Soul in Harlem. Dad home for Father's Day after spending 6 months in hospital with COVID-19 complications. Deputies suspect road rage and deadly shooting on Highway 6 in West Harris County. Strip club raid just the beginning of nightlife crackdown, HPD chief says. Lake Jackson under boil water notice due to drop in water pressure. 1 dead and 2 others hurt in triple shooting in downtown Houston. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Ex-UK Speaker Burkow, scourge of Brexiteers, joins Labour. Halfway there, Bucks reach East Finals after outlasting Mets. France elects regional leaders, preps for presidential vote. Otani hits 22nd homer of season, Angels beat Tigers 8-3. Charlo unanimously outpoints Montiel to retain title. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. The Yang campaign knows who voted early and the Board of Elections says you can, too. Extra extra, always dog shacks up in a Queens warehouse with stray cat roommates. With 3 days to go until primary, Garcia and Yang strike an allegiance. NYPD likely to blow overtime budget by at least $162 million, independent report says. We cannot be silent. NYC mayoral candidate Eric Adams offers $2,000 reward for Bronx gunman who fired shots near 2 kids. State to close mass vaccination site in Queens while running pop-up sites for early voters. Hit and run Mercedes-Benz driver allegedly kills cyclist near Bronx River Parkway. She spent years trying to spread the word about Juneteenth. Now, she's concerned the holiday could lose its meaning. NJ will limit criminal background checks in housing applications. The AMNH's Theodore Roosevelt statue is still here, for now. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Sustainability solution or climate calamity, the dangers and promise of cryptocurrency technology. Education cannot wait for refugee children in crisis, says Yasmin Sharif. Refugees disproportionately exposed to COVID impact, Gooders. To fund Grand Angle using green hydrogen, equity and ethics matter. Africa can be self-sufficient in rice production. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Amid reform movement, some GOP states give police more power. Protected them to death, eldercare COVID rules under fire. Reports, U.S. student found killed in Russia, suspect arrested. Editor, CEO deny bail in Apple Daily case in Hong Kong. Champ, the Biden's dog, has died. Why was Dave Portnoy's Twitter account briefly suspended? Here Jada Pinkett Smith read previously unpublished poem by Tupac Shakur. WHO isn't banning women of childbearing age from drinking alcohol. Western heat wave threatens health in vulnerable communities. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tops new documentary, MLK, Social Justice. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. This is the only bathing suit I've ever actually loved. How rainbows could boost your roof's solar power. Fast beauty might be cheap, it's also costing the earth. Braveheart's warped history keeps suckering evangelicals. OMG, I want that house, Gramercy Park, NYC. The cruel and twisted discoveries at Germany's Stonehenge. Trans people talk prejudice, pain, pride, and why trans joy is revolutionary. Adult star Alex Links on why sex ed should include porn. The strange tale of the beautiful library and the town that never asked for it. The victorious gay Greek army that got cancelled by history. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Joe Harris shooting woes cost Nets in the end. Islanders' second period dominance continues. Giannis Antetokounmpo silences Nets fans in the end. Matt Martin delivers for Islanders while missing a Sison wedding. Nets all-in trade for James Harden didn't end with title. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Extreme heat wave and drought continues in the West. How to watch the full strawberry moon, the last supermoon of 2021. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. County in Florida closes government buildings after multiple people test positive for COVID-19, 2 die. Joyous Queen Elizabeth returns to Ascot races following absence due to COVID-19. 1 killed as truck hits crowd at start of Pride Parade in South Florida. Protests rampant as Brazil surpasses 500,000 COVID deaths. Trump backs ex-rep, veto Facella in bid for Staten Island borough president. Artificial intelligence-run Mayflower suffers mechanical problem, returns to England. North Carolina cops won't be charged for fatally shooting man outside his home. 3 killed in hit and run, shooting in Oregon. Colorado man charged with murder 2 years after ex-wife's disappearance. Eric Garner's sister endorses NYC Councilman Robert Cornegy for Brooklyn borough president. The following headlines are from military.com. Memphis erases Confederate general from its public spaces. Army investigating death of colonel found unresponsive at Fort Leavenworth. Fierce Capitol attacks on police in newly released videos. U.S. general, wildfire of terrorism on march in Africa. Hispanic group sues Santa Fe mayor over destroyed obelisk. The Air Force knew it had an ejection seat problem, but didn't speed up a fix, then a pilot died. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Assailant emerges from park, fatally stabs Maryland woman on loop sidewalk, police say. 5th person dies following Englewood mass shooting, officials say. This city is alive with Juneteenth. In one of numerous parties, Southside residents rejoice in Hamilton Park to commemorate freedom. Weekend violence, 2 dead, 18 others hurt in shooting since Friday afternoon, Chicago police say. Unattended smoking materials blamed for fatal West Englewood blaze, police say. Former federal prosecutor defends his own brother in murder case, but behavior works against him. Column, not so long ago, 29 years, I started writing a column, this will be the last, thank you. A Chicago Juneteenth weekend festival kicked off at Columbus Park with a youth focus coupled with a sense of history. Englewood home where 8 people were shot Tuesday is owned by a cop. 2019 shooting there led city to file complaint. 16-year-old found shot in Roseland, authorities say. The following headlines are from phys.org. New technique allows for identification of potential drugs to fight resistant bacteria. Major damage to Alabama mobile home park amid tropical storm. Storm expected to be another blow to Gulf Coast businesses. NASA reports trouble with Hubble Space Telescope. Mexico's bee guardians on mission to save species. New research adds a wrinkle to our understanding of the origins of matter in the Milky Way. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, June 20th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. A human epic, when did the Anthropocene begin? Extreme space weather, predicting and engineering our way around storms from the sun. Why are Americans getting unhappier? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Ukraine and Austria close in on round of 16 at Euro 2020. Denmark looks to seize chance against Russia at Euro 2020. Finland not getting an easy ride from Belgium at Euro 2020. Libyan guards accused of sexually assaulting minors. North Carolina downs OL Reign 2-1 in NWSL action. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Horoscopes June 20th, 2021, Nicole Kidman, share only with like-minded people. Bridge, June 20th, 2021. Word Game, June 20th, 2021. Ask Amy, my wife told me to move on, but the rest of my family disagrees. Dear Abby, I loved my sound and light dear clock, but things have changed. 1 killed, 5 wounded in shooting near Lake Merritt in Oakland. San Jose man drowns in Lake Berryessa. How Palo Alto's Aaron Kim reached rarefied air in high jump at CCS track finals. Review, HyperX Charge Play Duo charging station keeps controllers in game. A holiday of paradoxes, Juneteenth sparks joy and reflections for Bay Area residents. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Vaccination rate for LA public safety workers below average. Pickup truck strikes bicyclists during annual race in Arizona. Suspect shot, arrested, police. Biden to host Israeli President Reuven Rivlin on June 28 at White House. Julian Assange fiancé says WikiLeaks publisher suffering in prison, asks Biden to intervene. Rabble-rousing idiots, Antifa converge on Western Conservative Summit in Denver. Biden's announced death of Champ, pet German Shepherd. U.S., Canada border restrictions imposed because of COVID-19 pandemic extended until July 21. Charlottesville judge rejects efforts to relocate trial in Unite the Right lawsuit. LI police leader won't resign over broken homes remarks. Protected them to death, eldercare COVID rules under fire. The next headlines are from The Intercept. I visited a Chinese lab at the center of a biosafety scandal. What I learned helps explain the polarized debate over COVID-19's origins. India's vaccine makers are pandemic profiteers, not humanitarians. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, June 20th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Researchers explore microbial ecosystem in search of drugs to fight SARS-CoV-2. During COVID-19 pandemic, increased screen time correlates with mental distress. Study evaluates potential causes of increased transmission in SARS-CoV-2 variants. Novel interactions between proteins that help in recovering from brain injury. Blackologists and the promise of inclusive sustainability. Pregnant women with migraine at higher risk of complications, new research finds. Robot-assisted surgery, putting the reality in virtual reality. Common antibiotic found useful in accelerating recovery in tuberculosis patients. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 2 shot, 1 critically, in Humboldt Park. 3 shot in back of the yards. Man killed, woman critically injured in shooting in Humboldt Park, police. Horoscope for Sunday, June 20th, 2021. Bucks edge Nets in OT in Game 7, withstand Kevin Durant's 48 points. Plainfield East beats Lake Park to win the Class 4A state baseball title, its first championship in any sport. 5th person dies following mass shooting in Englewood. Cruz Giassi's scores twice to douse fire. Lincoln Museum podcast explores Illinois music legends. White Sox lose 3rd in row to Astros as Lance Lynn has worst start of season. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, June 20th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Not just punching data, JMU computer operator holds 9 Guinness World Records for typing skills, NDTV. Justin Fuangsavan's javelin world record highlights Day 3 at Para Trials, TeamUSA.org. Ryan Krauser breaks 31-year-old shot put record, CBS News. Pilendra Tau sets 3 world records at World Para Swimming World Series, InSidethaGames.peace. World record holder Van Niekerk reaches Olympics 400 in qualifying time, Yahoo Sports. Anastasia Pagonis world records lead Day 2 of U.S. Paralympic Trials, Swimming World Magazine. China's Ling Ling shatters world record on opening day, College Times. Krauser's world record, the shot heard around the world, gives trials a rousing start USA Track and Field, USA Track and Field. Walpole man breaks world record at Scottish Games, the Lincoln County News. World records wrap up the Lima 2021 World Cup. International Paralympic Committee. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Thousands have signed an online petition for Jeff Bezos to buy and eat the Mona Lisa. Texas power companies are remotely raising temperatures on resident smart thermostats. Facebook will clarify its satire exception for moderating content. Issues with face recognition software used to verify unemployment recipients is costing people benefits. Boba Fett solo series has wrapped filming and debuts in December 2021. Google could be cooking up its own version of Apple's powerful Find My network for Android. California hydropower plant may have to shut down as record heat wave drains key reservoir. Watchmen almost cast a different actress as Laurie Blake, also known as Silk Spectre. James Cameron explores a cinematic creative process with Masterclass. Disney Plus original Kizazimoto, Generation Fire series will debut in 2022. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Gur in Niger at 121.1 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Dome Cii in Antarctica at minus 92.2 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 69 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Archaeologists recreated 3 common kinds of Paleolithic cave lighting. 2 Viking burials, separated by an ocean, contain close kin. The efforts to make text-based AI less racist and terrible. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Father's Day, Trump suggests spending $100 to $7,500 for 2 tickets to see him with Bill O'Reilly. 3 kids shot at children's birthday party. Toronto police appeal for public's help finding suspects. North Carolina GOP blasted for cheating voters out of their vote with suppression bills. 1 killed after truck plows into LGBTQ pride parade in Florida, report. Southern Baptist leader calls out QAnon, armed insurrection does not fit with God's word. Chuck Grassley should retire after 4 decades in the Senate, Iowa voters. 2 dead and 3-year-old wounded in West Philadelphia triple shooting, report. Watch, Ron Johnson booed after showing up at Juneteenth celebration after trying to block the holiday. Jim Clyburn says Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't as ignorant as she comes off in public. Busted, Italigate election conspiracy leader lied about owning $30 million mansion. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Biden's climate plans are colliding with Trump's judiciary. Ammon Bundy announces run for Idaho governor. Juneteenth at the border, families reunite with hugs and benedictions, then their 3 minutes are up. Impeachment or death, scenes from Brazil's massive protests against Bolsonaro. A Bundy-linked group is rallying farmers in drought-stricken Oregon. Things are getting weird. Scientists can now turn used soda bottles into vanilla flavoring. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Commentary, who's piloting the UFOs? Prior Lake Opinion SWNewsMedia.com, Southwest News Media. Intelligent life probably exists on distant planets, even if we cannot make contact, astrophysicist says, The Washington Post. Saturday, June 19, 2021, the Monocle Minute, Monocle. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Training your brain to be happier columns WVNews.com, WV News. Live life fully, training your brain to be happier, Charleston Gazette Mail. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Breakthrough study suggests it might be impossible to reverse aging, BGR. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, June 20, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFOs and national security threat, say lawmakers after briefing. The truth about UFOs and UAPs, with Lou Elizondo and John Greenewald. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, June 20th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.